Hey everyone, welcome to the Piano Talk, where we believe that you only need three things to succeed at piano: ambition, the right teacher, and a good piano. And with this whole coronavirus, evidently you need a little bit of health as well, and just some extra precautions. So we don't want to stoke any fears or anything like that, so I want to let you know exactly what we at CJ's Pianos will do when we come in to do any work for your piano. First of all, when we show up, we're going to wash our hands or use hand sanitizer. We want to make sure we're not bringing anything into your home. But the next thing we're going to do before we start tuning is we actually disinfect all of your keys. And so I know some of you out there, you're not due for a piano service right now, and you may want to disinfect your keys as well. So here's what we do. All right. This peroxide, 3% or stronger, is good enough for disinfecting the keys. Honestly, when you're dealing with ivory, it whitens the keys as well. So have at it. But what I'll tell you is you want to use a fresh rag, which I have bags of rags. You're gonna want a glove, at least one, maybe two, I don't know. I only use, I want to have a hand free, so I only put one glove on. And so here, we'll just go. I don't usually set this on the piano, but it's handy so that you can see it. Here we go. And my piano personally is extra disinfected because I've already done this a couple times this week. Here we go. So what you want to do is you want to pretty much saturate your cloth. You can use an old T-shirt if you like, whatever is clean already. You don't want to introduce dirt or anything to your piano. Here we go. All right. So this is nice and saturated. I don't need it to be dripping per se, but I do want to have it fairly wet so that when I go over it and I'm going through, and if you just kind of press it onto the keys, leave it damp. You don't need to wipe it all dry. You don't need to scrub. If you're scrubbing, that's not really going to help you too much on this. Leaving it damp is more important because as the hydrogen peroxide dries, it's oxidizing the dirt that's there. So I'm going through and I do the tops first. One thing I'll say is if and when, because you really should do the fronts of the keys, be very careful with your key slip. If your piano isn't a polyester finish, you do run the risk of kind of picking up extra the finish. You're not going to rub the finish off probably, but if you're scrubbing, you will, because peroxide breaks down into water and oxygen. So it's actually pretty good for the environment. The oxidation process is what really takes out the germs. Okay. There we go. And then I come across the front, and I just let it dry. And over the course of that, it's going to finish up. This one's done. I'm not going to use it on another piano. I'm just going to set it there to dry for now. And I'm going to get my scissors out here. Take another piece of this clean cloth. So they don't need much. They're really just piano keys. You'll be amazed at how dirty your piano might actually be if you haven't done this before. Here we go. So, like I said, if you haven't done it recently, you're gonna want to let that just go ahead and let the hydrogen peroxide flash off, and then just letting it dry. And then you go through it again with more hydrogen peroxide, but the second time you want to wipe it off. So this is more akin to my second time because I've done it so many times recently. And when you're wiping it dry, you don't really need the glove. Honestly, I'm not sure. You don't necessarily need the glove, but hydrogen peroxide will dry your hands out. And since I do it so much, I use the glove. It's the same stuff you used to clean out cuts when you were a kid. and they say don't do that anymore. So, and all of this I'm going to, write on the website so you can, see the products firsthand on there. You won't have to watch the video, listen to me drone on and clean my piano. But this is really how I go through doing it. And all that comes right off. And the second cloth is just about as white as the other one was. There we go. Just dusting off all that extra. There you have it. So we aren't dismissing the concerns of this coronavirus, but we are taking it seriously. We're going to wash our hands, disinfect the piano keys, and disinfecting your piano keys and washing your hands does nothing if other touchable surfaces like your doorknobs, around your counters where everybody's always putting their hands. You want to wipe those things clean. Railings in your home. If you're worried about someone having been contagious in your home, you can't catch this unless you've been around somebody who has it. So we're taking the extra precautions for ourselves not to catch it. And honestly, I work alone most of the time. There's nobody else around that I'm going to catch it from for the most part. And I'm about as secluded as possible, except for coming into your homes, and I see maybe 4 or 5 pianos a day. All right, and I see 4 or 5 pianos a day that I sanitize. So I'll give you a little quick cheat sheet, 3 steps to keeping your piano sanitized, and especially if you're teaching students and maybe you have, over the course of a week, 40 students coming in through and playing your piano. It's manageable. It's not something that we need to panic over. We just have to be precautious. Thank you.